With another Champions League failure, Pep Guardiola and Manchester City are going into this transfer window willing to splash lots of money on this squad in hopes of improving their already insanely talented group of players. So here is Manchester City's ideal summer transfer window, including end-of-contract sales and purchases. Here is what City should do with their end-of-contract decisions. The two players with expiring contracts are Fernandinho and Scott Carson. Carson has either been extended or is still working on it with City, as that is what has been reported, and Fernandinho is leaving this summer to go back to Brazil. Here are the sales City should make this summer. The first sale that should be made this summer is Gabriel Jesus. He wants to leave, and clubs across Europe are willing to pay high figures, even though he only has 1 year left on his deal. Arsenal have been heavily linked, and that is where he'll end up going, costing around £55 million. The second sale that should be made this summer is Alexander Zinchenko. He has been pretty inconsistent at times for City, and it seems like he wants to leave, and European clubs want him. I see someone like Arsenal or Juventus going in for him for around £30 million. The third sale that should be made this summer is Ilkay Gundogan. This is mostly due to his contract expiring next summer, and he is not getting any younger. He has been sensational for City over his career there, but it is now time to move on, and they should get around £25 million. The fourth sale that should be made this summer is Zack Steffen. Bazunu is coming back from a very successful loan and should be the number 2 next season to compete with Ederson. I see Steffen being sold for £10 million. A transfer that has already been completed for City is the obvious, which is them bringing in the 21-year-old Norwegian striker from Dortmund, Erling Haaland. The generational talent is making his way to Pep's front line, making his squad even more dangerous than before. This signing more than likely will be a sensational buy, and for that price, it is an absolutely sensational transfer move. Here are City's transfer needs this summer. The first need is a left back, the second need is a defensive midfielder, the third need is a central midfielder, and the fourth need is a backup right back. Here are City's transfer moves that they should make this summer. The first transfer move City should make this summer is to bring in a left back, with my choice being Marc Cucurella, the 23-year-old Spanish left back currently playing for Brighton. Cucurella in his first season in England really shined and showed that he is a player that can play in one of the bigger clubs in England. City and Pep have admiration for the player that would seemingly fit in well with their current setup. Pep's fullbacks need to firstly be solid defensively, but they also need to be comfortable in a possession-based system and need to be creative in the final third as well. Cucurella statistically is very good defensively, as he is one of the best defending fullbacks in Europe. He also, with the ball at his feet, is very comfortable, and he is able to make line-breaking passes throughout and can also create chances in the final third. He had a sensational season this year, and he will fit in right at City, and I see him costing around £40 million this summer to bring from Brighton. The second transfer move City should make is to bring in a backup defensive midfielder, with my choice being Edson Alvarez, the 24-year-old Mexican defensive midfielder from Ajax. Pep likes to have a backup defensive midfielder that can not only take matches off of the DM to give them a rest, but also drop in the back two if absolutely necessary. Alvarez would be that utility player that can replace Fernandinho, and I think this move just makes way too much sense in general. Alvarez's best trait is his ability to be a defensive beast, as he protects the backline very well and will also make excellent tackles and interceptions. He is not at all at the same level as Rodri with his ball control and passing, but he definitely has the ability, as he has been trusted to constantly receive possession in Ten Hag's tiki-taka system at Ajax. He also, if needed, could be a solid center-back option for Pep, giving him a versatile option. I see him costing around £30 million this summer, and I like this move a lot. The third transfer move City should make is to bring in a central midfielder, with my choice being Fabian Ruiz, the 26-year-old Spanish central midfielder from Napoli. Pep at City has essentially had De Bruyne playing as a 10, and having Rodri and Silva play in a double pivot. But he also asked Silva to push forward through the lines and make runs to get chances on goal. I think Fabian is an all-around central midfielder that would thrive in this Bernardo Silva type role. Not only is he excellent at retaining possession and passing through the lines, he is also incredibly creative in the final third and can also score goals, which is what Pep wants from his midfielders. Fabian is a very interesting player for me because he just seems to be a Pep midfielder, and I think he would thrive at City under Pep. With his contract running out in 2023, he will come cheaper than expected, so I see him costing £37 million this summer. The fourth transfer move City should make is to bring in a backup right back, with my choice being Max Aarons, the 22-year-old English right back from Norwich. Pep's current right back is Kyle Walker, and he is extremely crucial to City's success as his pace and defensive attributes save them at times. and he is also comfortable in a possession-heavy system. Max Aarons, to me, is obviously not as quick as Walker in terms of pace. However, he is definitely one of the fastest players in the league. He has also been pretty good defensively this season as well, despite his club's horrible issues on the pitch. He can also bring a solid attacking threat as well. In the championship, when his club were dominating other clubs, he showed that he can play in a heavy possession type system, so I think he would actually do pretty well at City. Also, he's a homegrown player, helping registration status. I see him costing £15 million due to Norwich's drop to the Championship, and I like this move a lot for City. Here is the total transfer window summary. For departures, it would include Fernandinho, Jesus, Zinchenko, Gundogan, and Steffen for a total of £120 million. For arrivals, it would include Haaland, Cucurella, Alvarez, Fabian, and Aarons for a total of £185 million, giving City a net spend of £65 million. For the final ideal first-team squad, it would go as follows. Ederson, Bazunu, and Carson as keepers, Cancelo and Cucurella as left-backs, Walker and Aarons as the right-backs, Diaz, Laporte, Stones, and Ake as center-backs, Rodri and Alvarez as defensive midfielders, De Bruyne, Foden, Fabian, and Silva as central midfielders, Grealish and Sterling as left-wingers, Mahrez as the right-winger, and Haaland and Alvarez as strikers. I think this would give City better depth than they had last season, and really should be enough to win them the UCL. But will they? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.